Okay, so to take the measurements here, I want to see how wide these ferrules are. 8.20 millimeters. And how tall it is. 8.72 minus 2.47 to 2.40, depending on where you measure it. It's a little bit different. 2.47 was the thickest, so I use that, and I'm going with 6.2 deep. 6.2 deep ends up being that much on this bit, which measures depending on where you measure it, 7.89, which is the closest one to the 8.2. So there it's 8.06. Because when it's biting, it's going to actually create the hole slightly larger than the bit, and I think that's going to be good enough. The next one up was a little bit too big. So we have to readjust the table again. Well, I didn't have to adjust the table, I just had to put the bit in a little bit deep. Then put a piece of sponge around the other side to balance it. Find the center hole, give it a little press, see where it's going to go. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay, so I did them with the first bit, but the spacing between the holes are not equal on here. So I'm going to go back over again with a larger bit, and that'll open the holes more, and hopefully it will also take care of the what does it look like? What does it look like? There's still a couple of spaces that are just a little bit off. I'm going to see if my mallet has any kind of success just tapping it in. Oh, I've got one hole off center, which is why this one's too thick. Yeah, I see. What string is that? The G string. It's going to be difficult to insert. I'm going to open up the small hole a little bit more. Okay, my little hammer and block of wood was persuasive. Yes. And now what I've done to make the strings go in straighter is I ran a 963s bit down through here, and that aligned the holes well in the wood with the metal ferrule plate. Okay, looks like we're a go. So now we have to put in the two retaining screws, which will be done with a 332s by hand. bit has a bit of a wobble to it. Out she goes. Alright. Vacuum cleaner. I like to vacuum out my debris. Okay. It's going to be that one. Yep. Number 2 works better than the 1. There. And there we have it. The best installation I've ever done with that. At some point in the future I might be able to talk a little bit. Alrighty. So we have the switch plate done. It is possible now to mount the pickguard and the plate and the RTEC. Still have to figure out the holes for this, and we'll be on our way to the other bench for fret leveling. See what the neck is like. Hey guys, so I still have my laryngitis. I've got it all taped up because there's quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14 uneven on the fretboard. It has a natural back bow built into it, which I had to compensate for to get it straight. So I'm gonna do this job and get it ready to reattach to the body. Okay. Hey guys, I still have the problem. Turns out the laryngitis was actually a viral infection around my vocal cords, and it's been going on for like 6 days. I'm hoping to see some relief in a couple of days at the best. But I wanted to continue to work on my TOSTAR or TOSTAR. I was able to complete this neck Saturday, which was 5 days ago from now, with the stainless steel frets, Purple Heart fretboard. Turns out that that's very hard wood. Comes from the rainforest. I think they stained it to make it look like ebony. So with that, a very hard wood on the front, even if the neck is poplar, which I'm hoping it isn't, but it looks roasted anyway. The neck worked out pretty good. I think it's going to be stable. I put one of the tall rollers on there instead of the fender style. I had that one free and there's only one necessary here. The satin turned out really good. So I've got a couple of shims, 0.27 and 0.24 millimeter, that I'm going to try in the neck pocket to get the angle just right, to get the action set. I'm not going to be able to do much talking, so I've got to go get the body, find myself some strings, and get to work. Be back in a second. Okay, I had a little hot soup, and it's giving me a little bit of voice. I don't know how long though. Alright, here, look. I mounted this neck 4 times, took it off 3 times, because the original screws that were in here
weren't working, and they were black. Then, turns out I needed to take it off again because the new screws I put in after putting everything back together weren't working. And I'm going, why? Then I figured out, okay, it was the springs. The springs that were compressing, they were compressed as far as they could go. I couldn't get the height adjustment I wanted. I had to use the springs that are the conical type that fold into each other. And I also had to put a filter circuit on the bridge pickup because it's been a while since I heard it, and after hearing it again, maybe it's because I'm sick, but my ears did not like how dark this sounded. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up putting a filter circuit in here, a 1500 picofarad capacitor in parallel with a 500 in series with the coil. So when you're measuring from the output jack, you will not be able to read any measurement from the bridge pickup. You'll only be able to get it from the neck pickup, which is 7.6K. Okay, it's back together again. I had to go with the silver screws because they would work properly. But then in hindsight, again, after putting it all together, the original screws that I had might have worked okay with the springs that I put in now, but I just don't have it in me to take it all apart one more time just for that. So for now, those screws are going to stay there. Alright, let's take it to the amp and see what it sounds like. Okay, let's get going. So I plugged it in, but before I do that, I wanted to go over what I did with it. So I put in the string through body, changed the pick guard, of course, because you know me, yellow and black. I needed some color. I thought this would stand out the best. So originally they had 250K pots in here, 250K pots. But I didn't think they were the right match for the humbuckers. So I put B500s in to replace them. So volume, no tone, and a proper three-way switch. So blending between the two is available in the middle. Independent volume wiring. New Artec pickup, TFA 65 here. Roller string tree up there. And that's it. Fret job. Stainless steel frets are really nice on this. Ball ends are really cool. It's got good acoustics. Alright, now that we checked that tuning, let's go see what it sounds like in the amp. So my basic 65 Deluxe reverb with my 4 speaker cabinet simulation. Yeah, baby. That's what that should sound like. Yeah, baby. So I got that humbucker saved with that filter that I put in there. Which is what, 1500 and a 500 ohm resistor in parallel, but in series with the signal from the pickup to the switch to the output. Yeah. Let's go to the neck. Yeah. These TFAs have good output. I've said before, it's my favorite tele neck pickup. Now, so this is savable. So let's see what they do together in the middle. Ooh, ooh, Jay, did you hear the articulation? Wow. See, you don't really need much of a tone control unless you really want it dark, because when you get in the middle like this and then you take down the neck, it automatically goes warmer towards the humbucker, and these are not splittable. That is pretty cool. That worked out great. The shim in the neck stayed 0.24 millimeters. And with that shim, the action is super nice. And it's fairly unusual for a guitar in this price range not to have to change the tuners. Very unusual. Indeed. It's got good bones. Look, it's heavy. It's a heavy beast for popular. Yeah. Anywho, let's see if we can play something. Stand by. Okay, I'm back. I took a little break. I spilled coffee on my other shirt. And happy vitamin C to anybody out there who's also sick like me. Oh, that's a strong orange flavor. All right, I've picked a track. I'm gonna play a little bit on each one of the pickups. Everything's gonna be up. Excuse me, I put my tube screamer on to cut through it. Here we go. Alright guys, so I'm really happy with the choice of these pickups. Keeping the original off. Keeping the original here with the circuit. I think it sounds great. Makes a good combination in the middle. Get some nice stuff there. The output here is a little bit lower, so you notice it, but if you were going to use this pickup by itself, you'd compensate with your equipment to bring it up to where you want it. So they're all clear, they're all articulate now, and it sounds damn good. It sounds damn good. Really happy with the results. Still don't care for flat black, but really happy with the results. Okay, oops. Well, I also found that down here it's really easy to pull the string off the edge of the guitar because the frets are a little bit short, you know, with under stainless steel. And they get off the edge like that and then they kind of stick. Sometimes it gets caught underneath there. Gotta watch out for that. But other than that, I mean, it's a A1 machine now. Thanks for all your support. Keep those subs coming in. Appreciate it. Catch you in the next one.